in the first video, we added links to these files so that we can use Bootstrap in our page. So let's put this into a column layout. Most of this is going to be done by putting things into boxes, and in HTML the boxes are actually called dividers or divs. So I'm going to put a big old div around my whole page. So div looks like that, all right? And I can say right at the very bottom /div. So everything is now inside this div container, which will make absolutely no difference at this stage. Yep, nothing has changed. So back to VS Code. And I'm just going to make that div visible because it is just a box. So I'm going to add this tiny bit of CSS to say, make every div that we have in this page have a border, 1 pixel red, and a little bit of padding so they don't overlap too much. And that is we're going to take this out at the end, right? But it's going to make it really easy to see what's happening as we go along. So if I save that and refresh the page, what we see is we've got a big red box, 1 pixel all the way around, a red box. So that's us started. But that hasn't used any Bootstrap yet. Div is just an HTML element. The Bootstrap is all in classes. So I can say this div, hit the space bar just before the closing brackets there, class equals, and then we need to know a bunch of things, and it's going to be container, row, and column. This is the container. It's going to contain the entire row. Right, next one, we're going to have another div right here, and it's going to be div, and this time we'll do it straight away, class equals row. That closes the bracket there. I need to close this div. Now all of these 3 paragraphs are going to be in one row. So I need to right here put /div like that. Cool. Let's just check and see what that looks like. It will just look like a box inside a box. So I've now got, the container actually puts a bit of margin on the outside, which is nice. But you can just about see I've got a row div box inside the container div box. Right, so let's do the actual bit where we make it into columns now. So each paragraph is going to be inside its own column. So I'm going to have a div class equals col for column. And that will close after the paragraph. So the whole paragraph is inside the div /div right there. Cool. We've got pretty messy already here with our indentation. So just as a check to see everything's looking right, I've gone format document. So I've got container contains the row, which contains the column, which contains the paragraph. A lot of nested kind of boxes. So after this row, div class equals column here, I'm going to do the next column, right? Div class equals column again. So div class equals column. Close that, and this paragraph is going to be inside that div. So all the way down here where that paragraph closes, /div. And then one last one for the last paragraph, div class equals col, close the angle bracket, go down, there's the paragraph inside the div, closes there, so I need another /div right there. And you can see it gets pretty messy pretty quickly, so I'm just going to right click format document, and it just shows you the nesting relatively neatly. Right. Does this help? No, that's fine. So we've got the container on the outside of everything. We can see that finishes there. We've got the row, which is just inside the container, finishes in much the same place. And then we've got the 3 columns. This one contains that first paragraph. This one contains that second paragraph. This one contains that third paragraph. Control S. Refresh, and we've now got a 3-column layout, and we can see every single div has got this red border around it. right? And just to re-emphasize, the red border is just as we're developing to help us out. So we will delete that, Control S, refresh. That's what it's supposed to look like.